All right, so we were doing M yesterday. Let's just follow up really quickly and finalize this. Everybody should have tried and attempted and gotten pretty darn close to it, all balanced. I'm just curious, Mr. Tuck, on your trial balance, what was your total on the debit side for the trial balance?
It was $164,640.
Did everybody else get that? Yes? That's like, yes or no? What'd you get, Ashley? Did you get your trial balance?
That's when you add up everything that's on the left side of the T's.
Correct.
I got 227,240.
Okay, what'd you get, John?
157,400.
Okay, what'd you get, Priscilla?
My school was actually better than me because I didn't see that part.
Hallelujah! I'm gonna wonder what's going on next door. Praise the Lord and pass the peach. All right. So, Nick, what'd you get? Trial balance total.
I didn't total amount.
Well, you know what I got? I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. So we're gonna go ahead and just finish this off, and we'll find out these totals then.
And all the answers.
And all the answers. No. I used to actually take the test with my students, so I could say, okay, we're gonna start, and I wouldn't have the answer key, and I do it all. I get done, and be like, done. What? I'm like, see, you can do it in 10 minutes. Can you talk to me right now? Hold on, Mr. Marks needs me. So going on from this one, I'm gonna go quickly because everybody supposedly did this. So the letter N, we performed some services for $5,500 on credit. So we're gonna do $5,500 that we got. That was from some services. We did it on credit, so it's gonna be accounts receivables, and we're gonna debit that side. $5,500. Then O was paid $796 for the monthly telephone bill, so that means we're sending some money out. So $796. Monthly telephone bill was O. Where did the other $5,500 go? Fees income. And so I'm going to debit my my telephone expense for $796. I collected $3,800 on accounts receivables from charge customers, which means I'm collecting some of the money that I had sent out, or that people owe me. So that's $3,800. And I'm going to take that from accounts receivables, $3,800. That's P. Oops. Then I'm going to go to Q, purchased additional office equipment and received a bill for $5,400 due. And so let's see, so I have to owe a bill, so it's going to go up $5,440. That's for Q. And I got office equipment, so I'm going to add that over here, Q, $5,440. And then I did R, we purchased or paid $800 in cash for gasoline for the automobile. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here and say $800 of cash going out for R, which was automobile gasoline. Thought I had an automobile expense, didn't I? Yep, here we go. R, $800. Catherine Price withdrew $600 in cash for personal expenses, so we're going to go up to drawing. We're going to say S, $6,000. And we're going to take that out of the cash. 6,000. S. Perfect. So I should be done at this point.
Yeah, the only one I missed was the P on the...
Well, we're not done yet. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to drop my footer. I'm just going to add a little bottom border to this one. What's it? I'm going to drop some bottom borders on here so I can see where my balance is going to be, because we want to figure these things out. Because we want to have one number, which is the balance that we're going to transfer to our trial balance. And this is just letting me, kind of keep a visual cue. It's not necessary per se, but I'm just trying to show you guys the visualization of it all. So this one's going to be easy. I'm just going to say this is the sum of everything above it, because there's nothing to subtract. So my balance for automobile expense, $2,400.
Where did you get the footer from?
I added those together.
I know, but where? Just from border?
I just
bottom
did
bar?
this little bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
I just put a bottom border on it. This one, I could do the same thing. I could say this equals the sum of everything above it. Great, 27. I'm just looking for anything that needs to be added up. Oh, here we go. So now I'm going to say this equals the sum of everything above it minus, I'm just going to put this one, but I could have done minus the sum of everything on the left, but there we go. So we have that total. This one's going to equal the sum. Actually, this is wrong. That's accounts payable. We got to make sure, even though we have some stuff on the credit side, we got to make sure it's on the right one. So I know what my normal balance is because I can look in the back of the book, or I can know that because it's an asset, a liability, or equity. So accounts receivable, which side should it be on? Debit side. So we're going to say equals the sum of everything over here minus the sum of everything over here. Everybody get that? Equals the sum of everything over here minus the sum of everything over here. Yeah! Oh yeah, this is where we kiss the sky. Am I recording? Okay, good, I am. Okay, so we've got all these numbers over here now. We've calculated all of our footers.
What about, hang on, what about
what about?
AP? Because it's going to be a negative. I know. No, AP right there. It's going to be a negative number? Or?
It's not a negative number. It's never a negative number.
Should you have the automobile and the automobile expenses separate? Or?
Yeah, because this is an asset,
Right.
and automobile expense is an expense. So that's a good one, yeah. And I think they gave us, didn't they give us the accounts? So I was drawing from their accounts over here. So now I'm going to, normally I would go do this on a separate page, but because I'm trying to show you, I'm going to come over here and do my trial balance. So let's do, what's the name of this company here? Price Attorney at Law. Okay, sure. Catherine Price, the lady that we're doing her trial balance for. Trial balance. And this is the trial balance for the April 30th. Is that correct? 30th, 2013. And we're going to go ahead and just jump right into this. So I'm going to put account name. And I'm going to start with everything here. Cash, accounts receivables. I'm getting this from the book. I'm just typing what's in the book. Furniture, office equipment, automobile, accounts payable, Catherine Price capital, Catherine Price drawing. It's on page 83 too if you're trying to figure out where I'm getting this. Fees income, automobile expense, rent expense, utilities expense, salaries expense, and telephone expense. And before I go anywhere, I'm going to put total. And I'm not even going to type in the numbers yet. I'm going to say this equals the sum of everything above it. And that'll be my debit side. And this is going to be the sum of everything above this side. Close those. Excelente. Now my cash. I'm going to just go ahead and put over here debit, credit. Is the cash a debit or credit account? Well, we can come over here and see, oh, it's on the left side where my footer is. Hence, that's my number. Bless you. Accounts receivables. Oh, here's my footer. Office furniture. Right over here. Office equipment. Right here. Automobile. Right here. Accounts payable. Well, accounts payable is actually on the right side. So I'm going to say equals over here. This number. I'm going to come down here and give myself a comma style. I'm getting nervous. Are you guys getting nervous just watching it, seeing if it's going to equal each other when I get done? I am. I don't know about you, but this is gripping. Catherine Price capital. Okay. Catherine Price drawing. Where are you at? Drawing. Fees income is a credit. I'm just putting it on the same side. Automobile expense, everything from here on out is going to be on the left side. Where'd my automobile expense go? Oh, there she is. Rent expense, utilities expense, salaries expense, and telephone expense. Oh, boom, baby! Look at that, and it just worked out. Okay, so I'm actually going to come down here and just say, I'm going to total this sucker up with a little total formatting so I can see it. It works perfect. I'm happy. And so seriously, that's the most important thing I can tell you in the entire class, is if you can just do that one formula, it'll always work. I'm just kidding. Nick walks in. Why did I leave? All right, so there's a trial balance. Now, just doing that, we know pretty closely, unless we screwed up something equally, that we're going to make some sense here. I mean, that was pretty simple. I didn't even have to do the math. I just typed in the numbers, and it all worked out. We're in agreement? Like that looks like it's a fast way to go for this. So next, we'll come over here. We're going to take our income statement, and I'm going to do something kind of fun here. I'm going to say that everything, why not? Let's go with yellow. Everything in here is our income statement.
And this is
everything in here
3.5
is our owner's equity. And everything in here is our balance sheet. Okay, so we can see in the trial balance all the pieces that are necessary to go into each of the following statements. Now we're going to need to take some stuff from the yellow to put into the green, from the green to put into the red, but for the most part, because we aren't going to take the capital up there per se, because it's not the right number yet. We have to figure out what the ending capital is. So we're going to do that. That's why it's in green. So let's go ahead and just run these really fast. Say 1, 2, 3, copy, paste. We're going to call this one an income statement. And the income statement is for the month ending in April 30th, 2013. So we're going to have revenue, fees income. Our fees income is going to be equal to 2,700. I'm going to pull it from this trial balance so you can see that I'm getting everything from here to here. 2,700. I'm going to skip a line and say expenses, and we're going to go through each of these expenses now. We're going to have automobile expense. Yes. Actually, check this out. Equals. And then watch this. It's going to be magical Excel here. Ta-da! Yeah, it'll take words over too if you use the equal. You didn't know that, did you? So then I'm going to say equals automobile expense. Am I blowing your mind, Mr. Tuck? This is pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, so I didn't have to do any of that. So then I could say total expenses. Say equals the sum, of all of these things. Bam. So my net income is going to equal this minus this. Bam, 2804. So did everybody get net income of 2804? Or is everybody getting a net income of 2804 as I speak? Okay. It took you longer? But you're seeing why it should be very quick, right? And this is good. I want it to take you a while right now, because as you're learning these things, you're going to go, oh, it's just the same number, And so all I'm going to need to do is translate it to the right form, and it's going to make sense. Now we're going to do this. I just added up everything over there. What was the question? Did you guys see that cool little equals that came over? That's cool, right? We're going to learn stuff, but think about it. Think, hey, I'm taking an accounting class and I'm getting Excel tutorial at the same time. This is awesome. because it's going to just make you better in the future. And if I was just to give you all the Excel commands, you would all sit here and be like, for like 3 weeks, and then you'd forget it all. But now we're learning it, and you're seeing the pain, and then saying, oh, wow, I could have done it in 2 minutes last night if I had just done it this way. Now, the other cool thing is if you had done all of this like I said to do, like let's find this one. Is this one equals B5? So if we had gone over here and said, oh, I screwed up on B5, this is actually 240,000, it will trickle all the way through here, and once I get done with it over here, the whole problem will be redone if you just use formulas instead of typing in numbers. So hopefully you're getting that comprehension, as Tamel did, that if you just start doing it with brains instead of brawn, like brute force, if you just think through the problem, you're going to be able to do all these things very quickly, and then if something gets screwed up, it fixes itself like that. That's the whole purpose of this. All right, so the next one, we're going to just grab this whole thing, and we're going to say statement of owner's equity. Statement of owner's equity. And our first thing we're going to do is beginning capital as of April 1st. That number is going to equal this number right here. So we have 120,000. Our next thing that comes up is our net income for April. I have to make this a little bit wider. Our net income for April is going to be equal to this number down here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in blue. Phil Foul, Flammy.
No, something's wrong every time I type in April or 30-April-13. It converted it to some number.
Scumhawks. Go up here really quick. Just hit this. Go into that cell and hit comma style. And then try it one more time. Okay? And breathe. This too shall pass. All right. So I'm just coloring these things so we can see that these two things are coming from each other. We're also going to do anything from the drawing account. So we're going to say less withdrawals. That's going to equal this drawing amount right here. So I'm going to make that one in green. So we know we got that. We're going to go ahead and total these suckers up. So we can say this is the decrease in capital because it's going to be a negative number equals this number minus this number because we're going to keep it positive there. So it should come up in a negative. And once again, we're seeing our parentheses. In accounting, that means negative. And then we're going to say our ending capital or Catherine Price capital. Capital, April 30th. And this is going to equal this plus this. 116,804. We all get that? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to color this bad boy a different color. I'm going to color it purple. I like it purple. It's hard to see, sorry. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll not only color it purple, I will color the text white so you can read it, and then I'll bold it. Then I'll have to double click so it's wider. There we go. Now you can see it, right? Okay, so it's there, and I'm actually going to do my, I can't. I was going to do my balance sheet right below. Maybe I can. I'm going to make it happen. So we're going to do balance sheet as of April 30th, 2013. Remember, this one is as of a date, not a period of time. This is from one point forward. So assets. Well, I have two ways to do my assets. I could do it the fun way of typing them, or I could say equals. Hit this. Drag this one down. Is automobile my last one? Yep. And then I could say my amounts in each of these equals. Come on. And drag this one down. Fantastic. So I'm going to say total assets. Is that all right? It's cool, isn't it? Whoa! I don't know what I just did, but I grabbed a bunch of stuff. So grab just that section. I had 134,044. We're together. I like it. I'm going to skip a line, say liabilities. This one equals, just run on over here, accounts payable. Accounts payable is going to be equal to this number. So in theory, and I'm just going to do this just to show everybody, you don't have to do these colors, but I'm trying to keep it so you can see. These are all from the red section of the trial balance. I can go back here and say, oh, there it is. There they all are. Same thing. Then we're going to have our equity. Catherine Price Capital. And her capital comes from right here. And I'm actually going to do a format painter, which copies everything that's in there. And it's going to do the same thing over here now. You guys use format painter? So whatever cell you're in, if you want to copy everything that's in it like the way it looks, you just click on that cell and you click this little paintbrush right here, and the next thing you touch is going to become that. So just the same way. So we have that, and we can do our total liabilities and equity, and that's going to equal this plus this. 134 needs to equal 134. And this balance sheet is pure. So we do want to, I'm going to go ahead and just go crazy here. Merge and center. So it looks right.
How did you get on the trial balance? I got the final sum, but I didn't get that 24.
You didn't get, I'm sorry. How did I get on the trial balance? What?
Never mind, I got it.
You got it now?
Yep.
You sure you got it? No.
Yeah.
Questions about that? I mean, is that kind of what happened last night? But I mean, not the same amount of time. But we're seeing how it all translates. It's all one thing that just flows. That's what everybody needs to just understand. It's all connected. As soon as you do one thing, it's going to flow into the next thing, which is going to flow into the next thing. As soon as you hit something, you're like, wait, nothing here is connected. You've screwed something up. It should always be this transition. And the beauty is when we get to this final equation, when it balances, we know that everything's in order. Like, it's in order all the way back through all the stuff we've done, all of our transactions. We're going to get journal entries and next week else. Everything we've done up to that point is in order because we have a balance sheet that says everything's in balance. So now we can actually make mistakes. If we made the same mistake on the debit side as we did on the credit side, that could screw up our balance sheet at the very end, because then the accounting equation, well, as long as you screwed it up on both sides, it's not going to know anything's wrong. But that's why we keep track of things. But usually, if you were to see like a certain number off here, you know, this is off, we're like, okay, I've got $1,500 difference. Well, I would start looking for a $750 transaction that I put on one side only, as I work my way back, because it's going to double the impact on one side or the other. Because if you split that in half, it would be equal over here and equal over here. So that those are little accounting things that we learn as we go through, and you'll start getting good at finding errors as we go through it. But so no other questions?
Can you scroll up the thing so I can see what's above the balance sheet?
It's a statement of owner's equity. All right, so I'm about to kill this and never have it again, so we're all good, right? Because we're going to start our test. I'm going to go ahead and hit pause or stop.